Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful recap for Monday, December 2. Ridge dismisses Carter and expels him. The bold and the beautiful B&B spoilers recap for Monday, December 2 reveals that Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K., pushed Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, to tear up the LLC papers and get rid of his toxic relationship with Hope Logan, Annika Noel. Carter understood what Ridge was asking of him, but he refused to accept the second chance Ridge was offering. Although Ridge was turning Hope into a scapegoat, Carter insisted this was his decision, one that he made willingly while clear-headed. Ridge reiterated that Hope was using Carter, but Carter argued that she loved him instead. After Ridge ranted about Carter throwing away their friendship and his whole life for Hope, Carter suggested that Ridge blamed Logan when anything went wrong. According to Carter, it was something Ridge learned from his mother. Ridge pointed out that Katie Logan, Heather Tom, was head of the PR department and mentioned his relationship with Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, too. However, Carter acted like Brooke's executive position wasn't enough and argued that Brooke made better decisions when she was running Forrester Creations. Ridge was appalled as he realized Carter legitimately believed he could run Forrester better than the Forresters themselves, but he warned that this takeover attempt failed and said it was time to pay the price. Ridge insisted Carter's name wasn't on the building and called him a lovesick puppy who's scared of waking up alone. After Ridge said he'd already moved on, he declared that Carter was fired and not welcome there anymore. Ridge told Carter to get out of his office, out of the building, and out of his life. Once Carter walked out the door, he looked pensive and frustrated in the corridor. At the cabin on Monday's B&B episode, Hope lashed out at Brooke for going to Ridge instead of talking to her first. Now Carter could lose everything, but Brooke argued that the two of them knew the risks. Although Hope thought Carter might regret losing his friendship with Ridge, she made a prediction about Carter not regretting their relationship. Hope believed in Carter and the love they shared. Brooke was hoping Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McKenz would come around on bringing Hope back to Forrester Creations, but that obviously wasn't going to happen after this betrayal news. Even so, Hope denied that this takeover plot was malicious and defended Carter's desire to have his ideas implemented. Brooke argued that Carter shouldn't take the rejection of his ideas personally and understood why Ridge was being cautious. However, Hope continued to defend Carter, who was doing this for all the underdogs and wouldn't stop fighting for everyone. Brooke pointed out that Ridge and Steffi were never going to trust Hope now, but Hope said maybe they wouldn't have to. Once Hope brought up the LLC paperwork, Brooke said Ridge hired another lawyer to get them out of their jam. Hope grew concerned about the consequences for Carter since he cared about Forrester Creations and was a vital part of the company. Brooke decided she'd go out on a limb and say Carter was an vital part since she expected he'd been fired by now. Hope was upset at the thought of Ridge taking away Carter's connection to Forrester and insisted that Ridge couldn't do that. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Carter and Ridge's conflict will escalate in the coming episodes, so we'll bring you updates on all the twists and turns. On Monday, December 2, The Bold and the Beautiful delivers yet another high-stakes episode filled with intense confrontations, shocking decisions, and emotional upheaval. The episode features Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K., taking drastic action against Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, after a betrayal is uncovered. What follows is a dramatic turning point in the lives of the Forrester family, with lasting consequences that will echo through the storyline for weeks to come. The fallout from Carter's actions, Ridge's wrath unleashed. It all begins when Ridge Forrester uncovers the truth about Carter's involvement with Quinn Forrester, Rena Sofer. After weeks of suspicion and quiet tensions surrounding Carter's relationships with Quinn and his growing proximity to the Forrester family, Ridge finally learns the full scope of Carter's actions. Ridge is beyond furious, not just at Carter's role in his wife's infidelity, but at the breach of trust that it represents. The scandal surrounding Quinn and Carter is now out in the open, and Ridge has always been a man of principle, particularly when it comes to family loyalty. Over the years, he has defended his family against numerous threats, whether from outside forces or from within. But the idea that one of his closest confidants, Carter, would betray him in such a personal and intimate way is too much for Ridge to bear. The emotional stakes couldn't be higher, and Ridge is ready to make a decision that will change everything. Ridge and Carter have shared a deep working relationship for years. Carter, who has worked as the head of legal affairs at Forrester Creations, has been a trusted ally of Ridge and his family. However, this personal betrayal, particularly in the wake of Ridge's estrangement from his wife Quinn, shatters that bond. Ridge sees Carter's actions not only as a betrayal to him, but also as a slap in the face to the entire Forrester family. As Ridge processes the depth of Carter's involvement with Quinn, his anger boils over, and he confronts Carter in an explosive scene. Ridge fires Carter, an unforgivable breach of trust. In a heated confrontation, Ridge wastes no time in making his feelings clear. The entire Forrester family dynamic is at risk because of Carter's reckless behavior. Ridge, who has always been deeply protective of his family and their legacy at Forrester Creations, is furious that Carter would get involved with someone as close to him as Quinn. Ridge sees this as not only a betrayal of his marriage, but a direct challenge to the integrity of the Forrester brand. "You've crossed a line, Carter," Ridge tells him, his voice filled with both anger and hurt. "You've gone too far. I trusted you, and you repaid me with deceit. I can't have someone like you working for my family anymore." Ridge's words are sharp and deliberate, and they leave Carter stunned and speechless. It's clear that Ridge has no intention of offering forgiveness or second chances. The betrayal is too severe, and Ridge's loyalty to his family outweighs any prior friendship or professional bond he shared with Carter. The damage is irreparable, and Ridge takes immediate action to sever ties with Carter once and for all. "You're fired," Ridge declares coldly, making it clear that Carter is no longer welcome at Forrester Creations, "and I want you out of here, now." Carter, who is visibly shaken by Ridge's anger, struggles to find the right words to explain himself. He knows that he has deeply hurt Ridge and caused irreparable damage, but at this point, it seems that nothing he says will change Ridge's mind. Carter is caught in a situation where his personal mistakes have cost him everything. His long-standing position at Forrester Creations, his reputation within the company, and his relationship with Ridge are all on the line. Despite his desire to apologize and make amends, Carter knows that the damage has been done. Carter's heartbreak, regret, and realization. As Carter begins to gather his belongings and prepare to leave, the weight of his actions truly sinks in. He has made a series of poor decisions, and now he is facing the consequences. While Ridge's wrath is certainly justified, Carter cannot help but feel betrayed by his own poor judgment. He knew getting involved with Quinn was a risky move, but he never imagined that it would lead to such a catastrophic outcome. The fallout from his affair with Quinn has not only cost him his job, but has also destroyed his professional standing and reputation. Despite everything, Carter has a deep sense of regret. He feels as though he has let down Ridge, a man he respected and trusted. Even though Carter's feelings for Quinn were real, he knows that betraying Ridge and the Forrester family was a huge mistake. His relationship with Quinn, which started as a moment of weakness, has spiraled into a disastrous entanglement. The emotional and professional toll of the affair has left Carter broken, and now he must come to terms with the fact that his actions have caused irreparable damage to both his career and his personal life. Carter's departure from Forrester Creations is filled with sadness and regret. As he walks out of the Forrester offices for the final time, he knows that his future is uncertain. He has no idea what the next chapter will look like, but one thing is clear: the relationship with the Forresters that he once held so dear is now over. Quinn's reaction. The fallout continues. While Ridge's confrontation with Carter is the focal point of the episode, the repercussions of Carter's actions are far-reaching. As Ridge processes the betrayal, Quinn's own emotions are simmering just beneath the surface. Quinn, who has always had a complicated relationship with Ridge, knows that her affair with Carter has destroyed any chance of reconciliation with her husband. Ridge's anger and his decision to fire Carter are not surprising, but Quinn feels the sting of his rejection. Been fiercely independent, but she is also deeply hurt by Ridge's decision to sever ties with her. She may not show it, but she is struggling with the reality that her actions have caused a rift in her marriage to Ridge that may be impossible to mend. For Quinn, the affair with Carter, though brief, has come at the cost of everything she once held dear: her marriage, her family, and her place within the Forrester legacy. Now that Ridge has fired Carter, Quinn is left to pick up the pieces of her broken life. Quinn, who had hoped to salvage her marriage with Ridge, realizes that her relationship with him may be beyond repair. The betrayal is too deep, and the trust that once existed between them has been shattered. Her affair with Carter has left her isolated and vulnerable, and she knows that Ridge's decision to fire Carter is a direct result of her own choices. With Carter gone and Ridge's anger boiling over, Quinn is left to face the fallout of her actions alone. Ridge's inner struggle, the price of loyalty. Ridge's decision to fire Carter is not one that he takes lightly. While he may have made up his mind about Carter's betrayal, Ridge is still conflicted about the price of loyalty. Throughout his life, Ridge has been known for his deep sense of duty to his family and the Forrester business. He is a man who values loyalty above all else, but the situation with Carter and Quinn has tested those values in ways he never expected. Ridge's personal betrayal by Quinn is one of the most painful experiences of his life. While he loves his wife deeply, he knows that he cannot tolerate the kind of deception and betrayal that Quinn has shown him. For Ridge, firing Carter is more than just a professional decision, it's a personal one. By severing ties with Carter, Ridge is taking a stand for his family, his marriage, and his own self-respect. However, as Ridge watches Carter leave, a sense of sadness settles over him. He never wanted it to come to this, but the betrayal was simply too great. Ridge is now faced with the difficult task of picking up the pieces of his own heart and moving forward, knowing that the consequences of his decisions will reverberate for a long time. The aftermath. What's next for Carter, Quinn, and Ridge? As the dust settles from the intense confrontation on December 2, the characters are left to deal with the fallout from the decisions that were made. Carter, now fired and ostracized from Forrester Creations, faces an uncertain future. His relationship with Quinn may also be on the rocks, as she is left to pick up the pieces of her own life after Ridge's rejection. As for Ridge, his marriage with Quinn is hanging by a thread, and the emotional fallout from his decision to fire Carter will continue to weigh heavily on him in the coming episodes. The coming weeks will see more twists and turns as the drama surrounding Carter's betrayal plays out. The consequences of this confrontation will continue to ripple through the lives of the Forresters, and the decisions made on December 2 will have lasting effects on everyone involved. Will Carter find redemption? Can Quinn and Ridge ever reconcile? And where does this leave the future of Forrester Creations? Only time will tell. Stay tuned for more thrilling developments on The Bold and the Beautiful.